Okay, so this is how this video is gonna work. I'm gonna do a quick introduction blurb, and then I'm gonna return to the original video, and there will be some additional clips added or voice notes added to give further context. I'm gonna be talking about dark skin. I'm gonna be relating it to the movie Wicked, and I'm gonna bring in some other contextual stuff. Now, what originally happened was that I was scrolling YouTube looking for dark skin. I tabbed it in, see what people were saying. Noticed people, basically I couldn't comprehend that people were hating on their own dark skin. I couldn't believe that it existed in this modern age with the information that we have access to. I couldn't imagine existing and letting this affect me, when the sun is real. Apparently this knowledge hasn't been passed down. The sun is real. That is it. No one can say anything about dark skin. But I really began to break it down. And this is what occurred. I'm scrolling, I see a couple people, they say what this and that about the dark skin, their self-hate, etc., etc. But then I see this girl who looks like a model. I see this girl who looks like a model, and she was saying, she felt ugly, this and that. And it was at that stage that I looked at her and I said, this girl thinks that she's ugly. And I said, thank God. That's what I literally said. I had to take a step back and just understand this reality that we are in. That someone has been destabilized. Someone who's clearly looks good. And this is what I did. I adopted the mindset of the girl. Not her, just any other girl. Girls are cutthroat, scatty, jealous. I understood the mindset of what we're all up against, which is almost psychopathic mind. Okay, this girl was destabilized. If she had said to us, say you feel insecure yourself, you feel inferior. If this girl was to say to us, we are ugly, that would have been it. You're smart enough to know. You can look at her and say, she's not ugly, and she's telling me that she has the definition of beautiful and I have the definition of ugly. There's nothing we can do. But be it that she is destabilized, we now live in a realm in which we can all now get that title of beautiful. What I'm trying to why I explain in this video is that the psychology of it all. By the end of the video, you'll understand why I was glad. But you won't necessarily understand and see that as my particular beliefs, but you'll understand the psychology of this energetic, psycho, crazy consciousness that exists in this realm and what they have done. Okay, I'll play the video. Okay, so I wrote this specific document after I watched the movie Wicked. Now, it was literally after I was watching this video about dark-skinned people and dark-skinned girls. There being a lot of self-hatred, hate for dark skin, people feeling ugly. And there was a video of a girl who looked kind of like a model like this. And I was like, basically a thought just popped into my head that someone like this thinks that they're ugly. Okay, and what this thought, it related to the movie Wicked. Because it opens, this is how I saw it, this is how I saw reality. It opens up so much potential for every other being. Okay, so this is why it was done. This is why we live in a reality where dark-skinned people, black people have their own self-hatred. It's because it opens up room for everybody else to experience a position that they would have been denied. Okay, because a girl who looks like this thinks that she's ugly, someone who clearly looked good, someone who clearly looked, again, the definition of beautiful is subjective, whatever, but we live in a reality where if we wasn't living in a reality where this person knew that they look good, I don't look as good as them, but if we were in a reality where they knew that they looked good and they said it, they said, I am beautiful, that really, what position does that put us, the rest of us, in? Okay, because this person is clearly beautiful or good looking and they've been destabilized into a fiction. If we was living in a world where they say it, where they are confidently saying it, there is nothing we can do. It's in fact, we can say it is truth then. we can say it is truth. If a black person who is physically, or just the race of black people who are physically, you could say, superior, if they were in a position where everything was flipped and they were saying we are dominant, we are better than you because we are physically superior, our bodies are physically better than yours, there's nothing we can do. We can always say that that is then truth. But we live in a reality where it's been flipped, thus giving the person who, if they had said it, we couldn't do nothing. It's like it goes in line with reality. They would have had that power of reality to say it, and it's final. But now that we flipped her, now that, I'm not saying we, but now that technically it is we, everyone who feeds off of this lie, but it's now given us room. Now that the person who could literally have controlled reality like that has been destabilized, has been spun, now we all get that opportunity. Even though it's a lie, we all get to exist within this lie. Do you understand? That this person would have had that power. If that madness was within these black bodies and the world was flipped so that they could be putting themselves in a position to admit that belief or that statement that they are physically superior, that they are the most beautiful, if we cannot escape that world, if we cannot escape that reality, especially when, you know, beauty is subjective. But when we say things like the sun, the power of the sun, their skin is untouched by it, their bodies physically, what's his name, Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that Africa has the most diverse genetic potential. So you're going to see the dumbest people and the smartest people. So it would have had the smartest people, and these people are saying that they're the best. No one else, like, it would have locked reality. It would have locked these people would have been in line with reality, and there's no room for the lie. There's no room for what we have now. Do you understand? There's no room for everyone getting to participate in this fiction by destabilizing these people, by destabilizing the consciousness that is them. Now here's the thing. I believe everyone has ended up with their body due to spiritual reasons. Okay? So wherever spirit is not within these bodies, wherever spirit is in the dominant position of this time, and it's emitting what they're emitting, there's a reason that they are them, and we are not in that flip reality. It's like a whole different spirit is within those bodies. Okay? Now you may say no, it's because what they're saying is the truth. There is no specific energy within those bodies. What those bodies are saying is the truth, that they are, as in this current time, superior, dominant, beautiful, wherever it is. But I believe that whatever energy is on the planet within, spiritually chosen to be within whatever body is in, is not these people. It's like these people all special, but just it's not within these bodies. And there's a desire to have this, with the desire for, you know what, let me just read what I wrote. So I saw a clip of a person who looks like this, shake like you've been in secondary school. You know how whether you're a girl, whether you're a boy, it's very political. Someone could just say something, you're ugly, boom, you believe it, you're destabilized. Yeah. So if someone who's looking like this, if we're living in a world where the people who look like this are in some dominant position, you're born into that reality, and they're saying, boom, I am beautiful, you're ugly. You know, they've been corrupted. Because there's two steps to it. There's them being in a high position, and then there's them, remember the spirit. Remember what I said about the spirit? Whatever's in elsewhere, you know, that corrupting spirit being within these bodies, getting that high position, and then becoming corrupt to have that final say power. Okay, so I'm confusing you with the whole spirit thing. So what I'm trying to say is that, as we can see, certain people have been chosen to be who they're at, and the madness, yeah, everyone's human, but of the craziest spirit, of the vampire, of the wickedness, of the energetic vampires, they are, what I'm trying to say is they're not in this. I'm telling you that. Okay? Not everyone who looks like a vampire is what I'm trying to say. But wherever trying to flip on the world, they want access to the light, the source of energy. Okay? In this movie Dark City, these were aliens trying to understand the human race. They were trying to understand love. They were trying to understand these lot were dying. Okay, like energetic vampire. So I'm not trying to say these people are all perfect, but we can see that we're not in the world where we got locked in whatever type of energy needs to put you into some position and say, I am dominant and you are inferior. Right now, that's a flipped, and whoever is saying that is coming from some other people, their own spirit, however they ended up as them, and whatever reason they're fighting to, we are in this reality right now where it's not the other way, and that is for a reason. That's what I'm saying. Amen. That corrupting spirit being within these bodies, getting that high position, and then becoming corrupt to have that final say power amongst all other beings within this realm, to say that they are beautiful and powerful and whatever, superior. I'm saying so many words, I'm forgetting what I'm saying, but yeah, with someone like this being destabilized, okay, they become doubtful. They lose the power of reality. And it gives room for all of us to take that space, because what it would be like to be in secondary school. You're human in this realm, and someone's throwing this, you're beautiful, you're ugly. If someone says it, and you got the collective to agree with you that that person is clapped based on such and such standards, you don't care. But if these people were enforcing the standard, along with all the other things, the physical capabilities, the sun, it's like, that's like law. To get it. But we're all of us. If you're not this person, then we've inverted the world and you've been given another position. So you can feed off of this destabilization via the lie. You can have another role within the lie. Yeah. But who would be just above this? They've got on the bottom role because it's been flipped. So who would be above this other than the black man? So what can he gain other than a little bit? Whoever's furthest away from this has the most to gain within this new inverted reality. Let me show you. Let's find this one. So you got the one in sync, in resonance with reality, and then we flip it. So we're all in a disharmony of reality, feeding off of the one who would have almighty Alpha power. Remember, the Wizard of Oz, we're living within the lie of Oz. This guy was lying. He didn't have power. Elphaba had real power. Okay? This guy was a fraud.
Read it. Cast a spell. Read it. Alphaba. Don't. You can't, can you?
Okay? He was feeding off of the real person. The real person who would be in line. Remember, if we flip this, these people are literally in line with reality. Yeah, there's no more room for the lie anymore. That's too much power. The reality is cemented. Okay, it's cemented. Do you understand? And they'll be living in sync with universal truth. But via the wizard's inversion. Once Elphaba did not want to submit to them and join in the corruption, they told a lie. They said, this lady is wicked, she is evil, and that's the story that they told of her. Okay, when she had the true power of the realm, born with the green skin. All that magical potion didn't really work for the wizard. It worked on her to create her. Okay, but as I'm saying, so yeah, by doing this, it gives us room for us to take that space. I say us because we're all corrupt, and everyone's we're feeding off of this person and their true power. Do you understand? So we get our new position. We get to exist within a lie, because we got ourselves from a reality where these people say it and it's final, to a new realm where you can entertain the lie. You get the new position. You get to be at the top, and all the lies in between, and we invert the power, because there's nothing you can do when those people are in position and they're saying this is how it is. Like, so it came from the idea of someone like this not being in a world where they're doubtful because they're dark skinned, where someone like this is literally telling, they become corrupt. This is what they fear. They fear that you'll get in that position and then you'll become as corrupt as them, where you enforce and say, hey, I am beautiful and you are ugly. I got these two terms. the idea of being beautiful and the idea of being ugly, the position, the hierarchy. I'm creating this scarcity and you are not it. It is so powerful that your mind would believe it. This is why it's always a psychological thing. Yeah, the destabilization that must occur so that you do not have the power. Because you would go in line with reality, the sun, untouching your skin. But guys are gonna say that you're ugly, that they are somehow genetically superior, they can't even stand in the sun. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. If these people were saying we understand the power of the sun, outside of our atmosphere is radiation. What is melanin doing? UVA, UVB, that is radiation. What do you think is going on? You want to go to space? The Martian Nazi Elon Musk wants to go to space. Okay, we're gonna have a planet of humans under a different sun or under a different atmosphere, trying to get through all that radiation, as if the blueprint for existing under many suns, surviving radiation, is not within the skin of these people. Okay, but when we tell the lie, when we invert the truth and destabilize this person who would have had the alpha but power, it gives us room to take that space, potential for both to exist at the same time. Okay, she exists at the same time. She's beautiful, but she does not believe it. That's not the reality that we are all contained to. This is what they fear. They don't want to be contained to a reality where you're saying such and such, because then that is final and there is no escape. The longer we can keep this going on, 6,000 years, 2,000 years, whatever, the longer we can keep it going on, the longer we can all keep feeding off of what where the true power is. And you get to be the role of being king of the castle and superior, words like beautiful and superior. You can bask in that light for the time and feed off it like a vampire at the expense of others. Because if they/she knew the truth, remember I saw this based off a video of a girl who looked like this. They knew the truth and established that. How could we argue? Because that is really it. These people know that it's really consciousness. They know what it's like to feel in a lesser position. The effect of someone saying that to you, and where it puts. This is not even about race. This is like consciousness has been here in this realm for time. It knows the game. It's not about a recent racial idea. This is a consciousness idea, of we're aware enough to know how this reality works, how the game is played. The real psychopaths, the real vampires, they're not really. It's not about them really identifying with any specific particular race. They understand that they are here. They understand that they're in their bodies for whatever reason, for whatever spiritual reason, and they're not trying to answer to nothing other than defining reality as how they want it to be. Okay, so in the reality we're in now, she is doubtful. It has softened her up. She's less powerful since she is destabilized. And the question is, what if they weren't corrupt? What if the corrupt spirit was within those bodies, told us by force? Then it would merely be the truth from which we could not escape. Alpha, the truly powerful one, no space for us all. The lie could not go on, and the doubt allows room for the lie to exist. Because this person is doubtful about their dark skin, their beauty, whatever. It allows room for the lie to exist, and for the one who's illegitimate to be crowned. Now, because it feels inverted back. These are, just start with the sun. You can say, I don't think such and such is beautiful. I don't think such and such is intelligent, whatever. But the sun, the body, we can just move from there. That you can't be arguing when the sun is real. It's just radiation. Outside of our atmosphere, radiation is crazy. It doesn't mean a black person can survive, but it's the principle. It's the principle of radiation protection within the human vessel. They've already given us the blueprint. Let's go radio traffic, whatever it is. Okay, so in Chernobyl, in the core of the reactor, there was black fungi surviving and thriving in that high radiation environment. Why? Because it was utilizing melanin. So you want to talk about space, You want to talk about going to Mars? Let's just understand how a biological organism survives. It's already got the adaptation. These ideas of race is nonsensical. The human race has this. Everyone from black to white has some amount of melanin. Yeah, I've seen white people that have vitiligo. You can see the patches in the skin. You can see where the melanin has been completely destroyed. Okay, so the human race has this. All these ideas of race, nonsense. It's only part of the inversion. Do you know what I mean? It's only part of the inversion so that, you know, such other stories can exist. And this place can only produce sickness. Okay, but yeah, this is at her expense that we can all live and get some other role, some other time in the light, some other time with the power. Okay, since it is that person who gave birth to this all, but we must destabilize them out of you know, out of a desire. Everyone who's not that gets some additional role. If you're a black man, you get the additional privilege of man over woman in this point in time. Even though woman is in tune with the feminine, like connected to the source of the magic. They literally create life, conscious life within the womb. Mother Earth, Mother Nature, green skin like Elphaba, in tune with the creative energy, creation energy. Their body's built to sustain life that can't happen within a man. So everyone's not trying to acknowledge no flipping in. Do you understand? They're not trying to acknowledge no flipping in where maybe they fear corrupt. Yeah, but they're just everyone will use that as an excuse that these people will be corrupt as they were. Yeah, but they, you know, for the longer we can keep this going, the charade going, 6,000 years, 7,000 years, that's just what they want. Like parasites, like vampires. Yeah, just to stay within this new light, this false light, until they have to go back into the dark, back to their position. So yeah, all these people talking about they don't like their dark skin. I just start with the sun. I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? I used to sit in the sun, in the beach, in the Caribbean, and just build pyramids. And I'll do that for hours, and then I'll come back to the UK, and I'll look at my skin, and I'll be like, oh, is that dry skin? What is that? And then I'll look closer, and I'm like, oh, that's some tiny sunburn. Didn't even notice. You know, I didn't wear no sunscreen. I was out 6 hours a day in the sun. Barely looks like dry skin. Don't even look like peeling. Don't look like nothing. But other people, they're out there for 15 minutes saying they want to go inside because their skin's a bit prickly. So I don't care about your inverted world, your definitions of beautiful and this. The sun is real. That's just how I see it. I'm not even going to entertain. All these people, they don't like their own dark skin. They don't like black. I don't know. I personally, you're going where you're going. Yeah, you're going where you're going. You're destabilized. I gotta be honest. I feel sorry for you because you're destabilized, but I don't think mentally you're just not looking at reality. You're not looking at reality, okay? The sun is real. I don't care what people are saying, so that they can feed off of an inverted reality, so that they can dance within the lie. You know what I mean? So that they can join with the wizard. With the wizard offered everyone. The wizard was a fraud. He was afraid. They told a lie. He has cameras everywhere. He has spies everywhere. That's this world. Computers everywhere. They want tech everywhere. We got the TV telling the inverted lie of reality. If it weren't for the TV and the someone can now mass broadcast their version of reality, their ideas, their view. This is a small mind that has a big technology that would, you know, this is their false light. This is what I mean by the false light. Without this false light, we return back to the light of the real world, and they head back into the dark. All this emitting colonization, colonial mindset. This was once in the dark of their mind. Yeah, where one person said, who looked like this, said they're superior, and they believed it. They had to. There was no room. But that's the conscious mind. That's not the white person. That is the conscious mind who was in that position, and science happened. Energetic. Whoever's been chosen to be where, for whatever reason, I don't know. But some of you lot don't like your dark skin. You're going somewhere else as well. That's just gonna take you along your path. You're allowed to marry whoever you want, but when you got something in your spirit of self-hatred, or you're going, you know, your descendants are going to be born where they're born to whoever parents, and you, the two parents, have unified based off of what we don't know. Is it love? Is it self-hatred? Is it fear? I don't know. That's spiritually where you're going. That's your, you know, down the line. I keep saying people end up how they ended up for whatever reason, positive or negative. But you're gonna end up in your next life, in your children's life, for whatever reason, because you got something spiritually following along with you.